Hello everyone. So I've been playing World War Z here and there, and after posting my initial review of this game, I thought I'd return to covering this game due to its update it recently had. The update, titled The Undead City, responds to some of the criticisms and complaints that some of the players have had with the vanilla version of the game, as well as adding more content. First and foremost, since my first review, they've addressed the issue of there being no advantage to actually purchasing each upgrade for the weapons as you unlock them. As I detailed in my first review, the better approach would have been to refrain from upgrading your weapons until you have unlocked the final update, or upgrade in this matter. This meant that you were effectively saving currency through not purchasing each of the upgrades, which is rather strange. To counteract this, Saber Interactive have changed the rules. Now you have to purchase each upgrade in order to progress further with your preferred weapon with XP. But something I found odd was they didn't really do much to inform the player base of this, as far as I know. In the end, I just stumbled upon this information whilst reading the patch notes in the game. This meant for a while I was just unknowingly gaining no XP for weapons and wasting my time. So just keep that in mind, everyone. You have to purchase upgrades as you go to be able to proceed with each weapon. Some great additions have been included in this update. Great in that they show potential for further support with this game. A good attitude towards the games as a service is shining from Saber Interactive here. The new special zombie type is a game changer, especially on higher difficulties. Having to disinfect yourself whilst in combat from the acid this zombie type spits at you forces a player to find time to quickly time out the action, much like applying medipacks. The new episode set on a cruiser is a fine addition to the lineup of missions, with a tense final battle at the end of the cruise boat. Given this, I'm looking forward to the coming episodes in the game, but I'm concerned that they might be becoming repetitive. More often than not, all these missions all merge into one, as I'm always seeing the same patterns, structures and threats in these missions. How about a mission in the pitch black of night, or maybe a stealth mission that pits you in the proximity where there are so many zombies that stealth is the only option, and you'd be an absolute fool to not use a silencer. This could be an exceptional reason to maybe add thrown knives into the game. Perhaps mix up the necessary strategies in the game, because to be brutally honest right now, all the episodes feel more or less the same. This is helped by the change in environment, however, in each continent, as well as the progression system with the classes and weapons. These both alleviate this issue, because I enjoy those aspects. But I think there will come a time and point where the episodes will come so repetitive if Saber Interactive don't take risks and spark new ideas for the future of this game. The players might lose interest. I assume the aforementioned Horde mode is still coming, so that's something we can look forward to. I'm hoping it'll vary in gameplay in this package. The FOV slider is a no-brainer for this game, as it really helps for spatial awareness in scenarios with zombies straddling all over, so that's a good addition. They have made the spawning of the lurkers less malicious and repetitive, although I still find them a tad cheap at times and problematic. Private lobbies, options to switch classes in PvP, it's all good. However, I hope the multiplayer of this part of this game doesn't just get neglected over time. With new maps and modes to the PvP, it can rise above the tacked on status, because if it gets left in the dark, it will just amount to that. Okay, so now I'll discuss what I think needs to change and improve for this game to be the best it can possibly be, with fluent gameplay mechanics and stable and fair rules. Please drop a comment below if you disagree with any of my suggestions, or maybe you have something to add. I'm assuming people who view this video are passionate about this game and want it to succeed like me, so let's start a discussion. In my first review, I did say the controls felt fluid, but I have come to find that there needs to be an addition to the controls. I think the game needs a combat roll evade maneuver, similar to that of Gears of War or many other third-person shooters. The reason I would argue this is when the charging special zombie type is charging at you, the player is unable to really evade the attack regardless of the player's skill or reaction time. You could either make this a move exclusive to a specific class, such as Gunslinger for example. I think that this would be helpful to just give the controls more flexibility and agility in how the player decides to handle all these frenetic situations. Next up, and this is a major problem, they definitely need to change the level recommendations for the level difficulties from a recommendation to a requirement. Too many a time my squad has repeatedly been wiped because one or two of the players in my squad is a level 5 or 10. When the difficulties recommendation is set with the assumption that players will be level 25, with all the skills that go along with being that level. These classes contain many skills that heavily augment the player in their respective classes, so in allowing players that lack next to all of these skills is just an irritating burden on the rest of the players in that squad, and it's not really fair at all. People who join squads set it very hard at level 5 are either ignorant or unaware to how the game works, or they're just trying to force the rest of the players to carry them through the level. Among all these problems that need fixing, this is by far the most detrimental. Another suggestion I have is to add the ability to snap backwards instead of a sluggishly turning around. The Resident Evil games incorporates this ability really well, and I think it would work tremendously for World War Z and complement the fluid controls further. There are many situations in which I wish I had this ability to be able to cover what is outside the player's peripheral vision really quickly. Following that, I'm not really sure about this one, but I'm not a big fan of the idea of not being able to do anything and being completely inept when the lurker is on top of you ripping you apart. I mean it visually looks ridiculous. The animation doesn't convince me that I can't struggle with the lurker and fight back, you know? I wish there was a series of button mappings that would enable me to, but also challenge me, to force the lurker off me. I'm not sure about that one, but it's just a thought really. Finally, the AI teammates need improving, definitely. In the event that players can't get online and are stuck with these seemingly asinine teammates in the game, it will be near impossible to survive with incompetent teammates. AI teammates seem to never pick up the med packs when they're available, leaving you to have to carry them, and because you can only carry one of them at a time, a lot of the med packs are left behind. They don't seem to revive you when necessary. AI teammates who are in medic classes never seem to use their stim shots to help the player out. The AI just don't utilise the skills and ability they have in their classes like the players seem to. I don't know, has anyone else noticed this issue, or is it just me? As of now, June 2019, that's all I really have to suggest to improve World War Z. I really wanted to see this game thrive as a game with longevity in the same ways games such as Left 4 Dead have. One thing I just want to add in that I've come to realise is my comment about microtransactions in World War Z. Given that this game is going to get continuing support here and throughout, I'm questioning how they're going to fund these updates and content additions in the future. Since the sales of the initial retail release can only take them so far, in reality, I think microtransactions are inevitable for this game. So I'm going to detail how they need to be handled, because microtransactions are a tricky thing to get right. They need to be cosmetic only. Do not expose and compromise the skill system and upgrade system with monetization. If you need to charge the player with a certain amount of money to look a certain way, do so. But do it on the terms that the players can buy exactly what they want, when they want. Do not mix and muddy the skins and cosmetics that the players want in a random selection for loot boxes. Take Titanfall 2 as a lesson and inspiration. The way Titanfall 2 handles microtransactions was praised almost universally. Do not have it be cosmetic only, then gradually slug your way through charging people for pay-to-win advantages. Like the scummy actions of Activision with Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 were constantly altering how the economy works under the radar. As soon as you do that, World War Z, Saber Interactive, I'm out, good riddance. Do not repeat the caustic, rancid fucking business movements of Black Ops 4. Providing that you keep microtransactions cosmetic and not randomised, not based on luck, not RNG, it will be fine. The game Saber Interactive have been working on will not be tarnished. World War Z will sustain a good reputation providing you keep it cosmetic. Anyway, thank you for watching. Again, be sure to comment down below. See you next time.